Hello, my fellow Rome 2 players. Zaript here with Pointman. Hello.
Your masked gamer, what's up?
And we are on this flat, boring map once again, Nemesis, and we will see 2v2 match, 2v2 battle between Aggony team, which is Prussian Prince and Red, and on the other hand we have Pensioner and Chitak from VM clan, and this is Pantheon of Heroes. This tournament didn't really adjust rules, it seems, for patch 7, so I will start with Prussian Prince build. As Egypt, he took 4 elephants, 4 chariots, 5
the start anyway.
royal peltas, yeah. And his build is really simple. I pretty much casted it all. 5 royal peltas, 4 chariots, 4 elephants. Now I will go for Rome. So Red Warrior as a Rome took 4 armored legionaries, I believe. Yes. 2 Praetorian Guard. No, actually 4 Praetorian Guard, 2 Triarii, 1, 2 Syrian archers, 3 Praetorian cavalry and legatos. So what can you say us about VM team build?
It's like they went for like a static team defense kind of build, you know, a bunch of pikes, they have some skirmishers, they have elephants in reserve. I really like the combination of archers and peltas as well. And they have a nice quality of cav as well. Hellenistic royal cavalry, they have a combination of Hellenistic cataphracts, and a nice combination of Indian war elephants and mercenary African elephants.
I think Prussian Prince might be risking it too much. He decides to go frontally with chariots. Let's see if pikes can stop chariots frontally.
I doubt it.
Oh, too late.
No, you know it's not.
They're not even in pike formation. He just went for it. Let's see if cavalry can stop it now.
Infantry's gonna follow right behind.
No, it's actually, look, one chariot is about to rout.
That's irrelevant because the entire pike line is just destroyed and crushed.
Not yet, but yeah, about to be. So at least
infantry goes in.
You know, actually, at least one chariot was wasted. 2 paid off. 3rd one, I'm not sure. The thing is, that entire pike line is in fact simple pikemans. They would have been destroyed anyway. So, man, I'm absolutely sure that no one actually controls this fight anymore. I think it's just fights over the blobs.
Well, there was a quote by Napoleon, something about whomever can control the chaos will win in the end.
Yeah. So, we see the Roman forces on both flanks, so nicely trying to play as a team on Aggony side. On the other hand, VM like kind of split their areas of influence. Look at this! Oh man!
Oh,
look at African elephants of
amok.
Chitak. Yeah, but they already killed so many, and all they killed is royal peltas, which are very expensive units. But at this point, Epirus is
Prince
done.
broke through the center.
Yeah, Epirus is done. And now these elephants of Egypt will come for Seleucids. So
If
I
these
think...
elephants stay amok and run amongst Prussian Prince's forces, then I'll kind of break up their attack.
Yeah, but I think at this point is almost irrelevant.
I think
Just-
those pikes were the only irrelevant thing here.
Yeah. Well, time for some zoom-ins. Because everything else is pretty much decided. So, power arena, like power build from Prussian Prince and Red, and well, Prussian Prince simply knew what he is doing. He used ability of chariots to attack pikes frontally, and I think what
I don't think that's an ability. I think that's just
yeah.
a flaw in the game.
Yeah, but there is one thing that Chitak could have done which he didn't. Actually, not all of his pikes, not all were in pike formation when they met chariots. They didn't stop, so it was bad timing, and he didn't click steady. It actually have a huge impact when you're bracing against incoming charge. With steady, those chariots could have died much faster. And anyway, even if they didn't, in this patch, pikes, especially cheap pikes, would still die frontally to Royal Peltas. It's like VM team didn't have enough staying power. Like, they had a lot of cheap pikes.
Well, in my test, though, if they brought like cheap infantry, like the cheap thorax swordsman or something, or even silver shield swordsman, and then they used them in a shield wall formation, that would have been a lot better to hold the chariots and the pike use in steady. In my test, that works. It just holds them down. They just can't get through, and that's how they die when they stay still.
Well, my personal solution is cheap pikes with cavalry behind. Like, a combination of these two can make any chariot stuck. Pikes slow them down and kill when they stuck.
I don't suggest the pikes, honestly. Any viewers, I mean, you could take either one of our opinions, but I don't suggest pikes because pikes are really screwy. It's like, even if they somehow beat the chariots in the end, how are they going to deal with the swords? So
there is such a problem.
My only suggestion is to just take a bunch of cheap swords, use them in like shield wall formation to absorb charges, and have a secondary line of swords to countercharge. Usually countercharges mean a lot in a sword fight. Like we tested out like Silver Shield Swordsman against Praetorian Guards, Oathsworn, and all that, and I did that with a clanmate of mine, Panda Warrior, and he countercharged with these weak units against mine, and he somehow beat them because he used cheaper swords to absorb my charges, and they have a good defense too, and shield wall, so they can hold pretty well. And he countercharged with units that were basically the same price of mine, but they were weaker, and he won.
So he was cost effective in that regard.
Yes, he brought. If we had to talk about cost effectiveness, I brought 6 Royal Peltas against like. He was Carthage too. He wanted to just balance out like, powerful factions against weaker factions like Carthage versus Seleucids. And Seleucids, most players don't take the Silver Shield swords because they suck, and they're kind of overpriced for their capabilities. So he decided to take. He told me to take Royal Peltas, and they're like 920 or 950 each or something. 920. And I took 6 of them, but for the same price, he could bring 6 Libyan infantry and 3 late hoplites or whatever.
Yeah. Carthaginian hoplites.
Yeah. So he used phalanx formation to absorb my charges and countercharge with Libyan infantry, and he was able to beat my infantry, and all of his were the same price of mine.
That's something to consider, yeah.
Yeah. So he absorbed my charges and countercharged with his swords, and also that's something else to consider. Like, take a bunch of cheap swordsmen, put it front wave, and use shield wall, absorb the charges, blob your opponent's units, and you can wrap around and countercharge. That's how you win in this game. It's broken.
Actually, that Libyans, like, all swordsmen now got more cost effective than before. For example, there is no reason to take Galatians over Royal Peltas now, because Royal Peltas cheaper and can disable formational attack now. Same with Libyan swordsmen. It's actually quite nice. The only thing that was holding them down is formational attack. Anyway, time to go for next battle, so thank you guys for watching. See you very soon. Why is my recording not stopping? My recording isn't